I was learning how to play fast, I was emulating Steve Morse and Al Di Meola and Alan Holdsworth. And the thing that's funny there is that you have two totally different schools. And so I always thought it was like one or the other. So I would practice picking every note like Steve or like Al. And then I would say, okay, I'm going to switch gears and go into legato mode like Alan and be able to just play with my left hand, basically my right hand doing nothing. Now, of course, Van Halen did the combination of the two. And Sean Lane was like the king of doing that. And when I was younger, I kind of always thought, well, oh, that's like cheating. I would see guys playing that way, and it sounded really smooth and fast. But it's not cheating. It's just another type of technique. And in fact, the cool thing about it is that you can actually end up playing a lot faster. And we're talking about playing fast here. So it's something that could possibly take your speed to the next level, the hyperspeed level. So I can give you an example of what I'm talking about with combining the techniques. You know, we'll start really small and then build it from there. So a good way to demonstrate that is with this lick, this Yngwie pattern lick. So, you know, if you were picking all the notes, it would sound like that. If you were not picking any of the notes, playing legato, it would sound like that. And the combination that I'm talking about is picking some of the notes and then kind of leaving your picking and then finishing off the rest of the lick, in this case with pull-off. So, and it always sounds really cool to me if the note or if the picking stroke that you're leaving on is an up, because for some reason you can get a lot of slap. Like as you pick the note up, you can kind of really slap the string. It's a little bit more difficult to tell in the lower register. You'll hear it more in the higher register when I play it. All right, so here's picking every note. Legato. And combination. So once again, slow. And you kind of get this this whipping sound with the pick, because if you have enough gain and you use on your neck position, which is how I like to do it, you're going to hear this kind of fluttering sound. Instead of hearing a consistent picking, you're going to hear it just kind of go in little spurts. All right, so taking that further into making, you know, more licks out of it, that's what I want to talk about, because we'll take this technique and apply it into a whole bunch of different things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is taking that idea, right, and changing some of the notes. So instead of playing the first note on the G string in this case, we're going to just play that first note on the D string and play the rest of the lick as it was. So the first one, second. All right, so once again, instead of picking all the notes, you're going to be picking 1, 2, so the first 4 notes, and then pulling off the next 2. In the case of this lick uses the first, third, and fourth fingers, and a big part of being able to play this is you need to have dexterity between these two, which is difficult to do. I mean, you could practice doing a few different things. You know, you could do hammer-on exercises. That's always, I wouldn't call it fun. It's a little grueling. It's kind of like doing ab exercises. But if you just trill between those two fingers, that's a good thing to do. And even just, you know, practicing these type of licks where you do use that combination, as opposed to doing it, you know, doing it where you're favoring something that's easier. You know, like it might be easier for you to do, but you want to be able to do both. So, you know, try to concentrate on your weak points. So if you're going to work on this lick, it might be easier to do this, but practice it this way. So we're going to do this lick going up the neck, not necessarily in a key, but symmetrical. So there's three different shapes that we're doing. One of them is the 1, 3, 4. And then the 1, 2, 4. And then 1, 2, 4 with a stretch. Which, by the way, as you get higher up the neck, if it's easier to go 1, 3, 4, you can do that. So you're just going to take that pattern and then start it over. I think the thing that's cool about that is I can take it to the next level. You know, if I was just playing something and I wanted to get it faster than that, I mean, you probably could if you pick way back here and, you know, get into it. But an easier way to do it, like I said, is to do this hybrid thing. You can really, you know, take it up a notch without putting all that strain in your hand. All right, so taking it up to the next level, incorporating more notes on the second string. This would be in A, kind of like... in that realm right over there, pentatonic with the flat 5 and the 13. Basically, what you're going to do is, let's see. All right, slow. That's where you're leaving the picking. So you can see how if you work on the first part and it develops, then you kind of need the first part to be able to do the next part.